Hello, friends, and welcome to my biology online class for class 11. Today, we shall study chapter 5 Morphology of Flowering Plants. The whole lesson has been divided into a series of 3 videos. In this first video, we shall discuss the various vegetative parts of the flowering plants like the root, the stem, the leaves, along with the functions and modifications. We shall also discuss leaf venation, type of leaves, and phyllotaxy. I am Kirti Srivastava, PGT Biology, KV number 3, Jhansi. Let us first try to understand the meaning of the word morphology. Morphology is a branch of biology that deals with the study of external features, form, structure, and relative position of different organs on the plant. Study of morphology is very useful as it helps in the recognition, identification, and classification of plants. It also gives information about the range of variations found in a species. It is also helpful in the study of aspects like genetics, plant breeding, horticulture, crop protection, and crop productivity. Morphological characters indicate the specific habitats of living as well as the fossil plants and help to correlate their distribution in space and time. Let us now try to understand the various parts of a flowering plant. The flowering plant consists of a long cylindrical axis which is differentiated into an underground root system and an aerial shoot system. The root system is made up of the primary, secondary, and the tertiary branches, whereas the shoot system is made up of stem, leaves, and branches. The root, stem, and leaves form the vegetative parts of the plant. At maturity, the flowering plants produce flowers, fruits, and seeds and form the reproductive part of the plant. Let us now understand the root system. In dicotyledonous plants, the primary root originates from the radicle of the embryo. The primary root in turn bears some lateral branches which are called as the secondary and the tertiary roots. The primary root along with its lateral branches forms what is called as a taproot system. Such kind of a system is very commonly seen in mustard and hibiscus plants. In monocotyledonous plants, the primary root is replaced by a large number of roots at the base of the stem and forms the fibrous root system. Such kind of roots are very commonly observed in wheat, sugarcane, etc. The roots arising from the plants besides the radicle are called as the adventitious roots, as in case of maize, grasses, and banyan tree. Roots perform a very important role in the life history of plant. It helps to absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Not only this, it helps in the conduction of water and minerals from the soil to the upper parts of the plant. They also anchor the plant to the ground. Sometimes root stores food material and becomes swollen, as in the case of radish, carrots, and turnip. They also synthesize plant growth regulators, which are also called as plant hormones or phytohormones. The tip of the root has got various types of zones or regions. The apex of the root is covered by a thimble-like structure called as the root cap. It protects the tender apex of the root while it is making way through the soil. Just above the root cap is the region of meristematic activity. The cells of this region are very small, thin-walled, and have dense cytoplasm with a prominent nucleus and undergo rapid division to form new cells. The cells which lie proximal to this region of meristematic activity undergo rapid elongation and enlargement. and are responsible for the growth of root length and form the region of elongation. These cells gradually differentiate and mature on proximal side and form the region of maturation. The epidermal cells of this layer possess root hairs and help in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. The roots modify themselves for carrying out various types of function. The roots are modified for storage, nitrogen fixation, respiration, and support. Let us understand these by means of a few examples. The tap roots of carrot, radish, turnip, and adventitious roots of sweet potato get swollen to store the food materials. In case of leguminous plants, nodulated roots are seen, which are consisting of nitrogen fixing bacteria like rhizobium. Sometimes the roots get modified to provide support. This is seen in case of banyan tree which possesses the prop roots. Sugarcane also has got stilt roots which provide support to the plant. The roots in this case come out from the lower node of the stems. In Rhizophora, pneumatophores help to get oxygen for respiration as it grows in the swampy and marshy areas. The ascending part of the plant axis, which bears the leaves, flowers, and branches along with fruits, is called as the stem. It develops from the plumule of the embryo. The stem bears nodes and internodes. The region of the stem where the leaves are born are called as the nodes, and the portion between the two nodes are called as internodes. The stem bears terminal and axillary buds. The stem also performs important functions that help in the survival of the plant. The main function is to bear the spreading branches. They bear leaves, flowers, and fruits. It also helps in the conduction of water from the root to the leaves. Along with that, it also helps in transferring the products of photosynthesis, that is, food, from the leaves to different parts of the plant. Some stems perform special functions like storage of food, support, protection, and vegetative propagation. Let us now understand how the stem gets modified to perform different functions. Underground stem of potato, ginger, turmeric, onion, and colocasia. They are all modified to store the food material. They also act as organs of perennation under unfavorable condition. Stem tendrils help the plant to climb as in case of gourds. For example, cucumber, pumpkins and watermelons all have got stem tendrils which arise from the axil of the leaf and the stem. Even the grapevines, they also possess tendrils which help the weak stem to climb up so that the leaves are fully exposed to sunlight so that they can perform photosynthesis. A yet very important function or modification of the stem is to provide protection. Axillary buds of stems may modify into woody, straight, and pointed thorns as in case of citrus and bougainvillea. They protect the plant from browsing from animals. Plants of the arid region modify their stem into flattened, fleshy, cylindrical structures, having chlorophyll for the sake of photosynthesis. In such kind of plants, the leaves they shed off very early, and as such, the function of the leaf is performed by the stem. Such kind of leaves which shed off are found in case of opuntia and also in case of euphorbia, which are found in the deserts. The function of the leaves is therefore performed by the stem. Such kind of stems are called as phyllocyclad. A yet very important organ of the plant is the leaf, which is green, exogenous, laterally flattened outgrowth which is borne on the node of the stem or its branches and is specialized to perform photosynthesis. The leaves originates from the shoot apical meristem and are arranged in an acropetal order. A typical leaf consists of three parts: the leaf base, the petiole, and the lamina. Leaf is attached to the stem by by the leaf base and may bear two small leaf-like structures called as the stipules. In monocot plants, the leaf base expands into a sheath, covering the stem partially or wholly. In some leguminous plants, the leaf base may become swollen and is called as the pulvinus. The lamina or leaf blade is green, expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. There is a prominent vein called as the midrib. Veins provide rigidity to the leaf blade and act as channels for transport of water and minerals. The arrangement of the veins and veinlets on the lamina is called as venation. It is of two types: reticulate venation and parallel venation. Let us see the differences between the reticulate and the parallel venation found in different types of leaves. Reticulate venation, the leaves have veinlets in the form of network, whereas in the parallel venation, the leaves have the veins parallelly arranged to one another. In case of reticulate venation, the veins are irregularly distributed, whereas in case of parallel venation, the veins are evenly distributed. Examples of reticulate venation are gram, pea, beans, and mango. And there are many such plants, dicot plants, which have leaves which are having reticulate venation. Monocot plants basically have parallel venation in their leaves. For example, in grasses, banana, rice, and most of the monocot plants, the leaves have got parallel venation. Now the leaves are of two types. One is a simple leaf and the other is a compound leaf. A leaf is called as a simple leaf when the lamina is entire, or when the incisions do not touch the midrib. For example, mango and guava. The leaves are very simple. Compound leaves are those when the incision of the lamina reaches up to the midrib and breaks it into a number of leaflets called as the compound leaf. Compound leaves are of two types, the pinnately compound leaf and the palmately compound leaf. The pinnately compound leaf has a number of leaflets that are present on a common rachis, for example, the neem plant. Whereas the palmately compound leaf has got all the leaflets attached to a common point, for example, the silk cotton. The pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch is called as phyllotaxy. Now these are of three types. The first one is alternate type, in which a single leaf is arranged at each node, as in case of China rose or hibiscus. The second type of phyllotaxy is the opposite type, in which a pair of leaves arises from each node opposite to each other. Such kind of an example is seen in case of calotropis and guava plants. If more than two leaves arise at a node to form the whorl, the arrangement is called as whorled type, or the phyllotaxy is called as the furl type of phyllotaxy and is seen in the plant called as Elstonia. The leaves are also variously modified to perform different types of functions. In the first case, the leaves are modified to form tendrils and they perform the functions like climbing, as in case of pea plant. In cacti, they are modified into spines, and here they are modifying into spines for the sake of defense. In case of onion and garlic, the leaves are very fleshy and store the food material. Now here are some more examples of modifications of leaves. In Australian acacia, the leaves are very small and they live for a very short time. Hence, the petioles become expanded and perform the function of the leaf, that is, to make the food. Some plants are insectivorous. They are heterotrophic as well as autotrophic. Some parts are green, hence they can prefer the carbohydrates, but the nitrogenous content has to be fulfilled. Hence, the leaves become modified to form pitchers, as in case of pitcher plants. And in case of Venus flytrap, the leaves are also modified to catch the insect. So this is all in this video. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we shall study inflorescence, the flower and its parts like the calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium and placentation.